Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing great, or at least trying to, as most of us are, and trying to be safe. Um, so I wanted to just do a quick in and check in with everyone, how you're doing, how you're holding up. If you need any assistance or any help that I can offer with transitioning to online, getting acquainted to this whole environment, please let me know. I'm more than happy to help as much as I can. With that being said, I wanted to start off today's class by going over a few changes that I'm proposing we make to our schedule as we already have. The first off is that I wanted to propose canceling our group project and our final exam. And in the place of those two, we would write an individual critical campaign analysis paper, a 5-page double space analysis paper that would look at you evaluating a campaign and going through certain steps. So I'll put up more details about that on Canvas, but I wanted to do the proposal. So let me know what you think about that. Yes, no, put that in the comments below to reply to this thread and let me know what you think about switching our group project and our final exam, and in the place of that we would have our 5-page paper. Okay, so with that we'll go into today's lesson. So we're going to conversations that we've already been having about the campaign process, the steps that we go through trying to come up with a campaign or trying to design a campaign that appeals to a certain public with a certain situation. So we are entering phase 3 of our campaign process, which is looking at selecting the specific communication tactics that you'll be using or channels, and then looking at implementing the strategic plan, the overall plan that you want to use. So we'll go a little bit into details, and I want to make this as clear and as short as possible. So we're not spending a lot of time here, but you can have the time to read through it and come up with your own questions, and then we'll cover the questions that you have on Friday. Okay, so steps in our phase 3, which is looking at the tactics and implementing your campaign strategy. So we do know that when you're choosing a type of channel or when you're choosing a type of communication tactic, there's a lot of them. There are those that are one way that we've mentioned a lot. There are those that are open to the public. There are those that are on print media, electronic, digital, all of those different things. Because new media has evolved, new media has changed, and so we no longer have just a traditional media, but everything augments each other. We have this whole process or this whole spectrum of communication tactics that we use, right? So when you're choosing a specific tactic, you have a whole range of them that we can choose from. So we'll talk about a couple of those that have been used in designing campaigns or have been used by PR professionals over and over again in designing their campaigns. So we want to look at different things. We want to look at when you're selecting a particular tactic, what are some of the things that you pay attention to in order to help you be able to do that? What are some of the categories that we look at when we talk about what communication tactics? So for the lesson, we'll look at 4 of those. We're going to start with interpersonal communication, and then we move to organizational media, which is usually owned media. Organizations, private or public, have or produce some form of media that is recognized, and those become part of what we categorize as owned media. We also have our news media, which is usually earned because of the interaction they have with organizations and the public. And then you have, of course, traditional advertising and promotional media, which you usually have to pay some amount for in order to get that running and using that to interact with people. So we are going to stick to these 4 and talk about how they are, the convenient, or they are the most strategic communication tactics that have consistently been used. This is not to say that there aren't more. Definitely there are more tactics, but when we talk about campaigns, these are the ones that we want to stick to. You can choose any of these ones, but we want to be able to stick to any of these ones. So we stick to interpersonal, organizational, news media, advertising, and promotional media. Okay, so with interpersonal communication, what we want to know is the type of personal involvement that's there, the type of information exchange, and the type of event that determines what kind of interpersonal communication that you're using. So for personal involvement, usually interpersonal, it's very convenient, right? You have a specific event that you're running, right? A fundraiser, publicity, a holiday event, a contest, all of those different things that you have, right? And there's some form of personal involvement within those. You know the people already. If it's a publicity that you're trying to run, you already have some association with either the public or you have it with the organization that you're trying to interact with. So for interpersonal communication tactics, there's a lot of personal involvement there, and there's a lot of information exchange because you have that opportunity to meet with people either one-on-one or in groups. And so that allows you to be able to curate information that is very specific to what you want to share with them and use that information to share what that campaign. I'll leave out the basic questions for now, and then we'll cover those on Friday. So for now, we would just want to go over the main points that we talked about, and we'll continue on Friday as well because I don't want to make the video or the presentation too long, not to bore you, but I don't want to make it too long. Okay, so when we talk about selecting your communication tactics, you also pay really close attention to is how information is exchanged, right? So in our previous lecture, we talked about newsworthiness. We talked about the creating the ABC. If you remember, we talked about how organizations can create some newsworthy or can find something that's newsworthy that can fit into a situation that will be both beneficial to them and to the organization as much as it's official or it's beneficial to what the news media. So information exchange goes over there. Information exchange exists in that angle. So when we talk about you selecting a communication tactic, you also want to be able to look at how that exchange happens, right? And usually you build some form of relationship with the media in a way that when you're looking for someone to talk to, when you're looking for someone to cover your event, when you're looking for someone to send your information over, you already have that association with them, right? So we talk about information subsidy, which is how you get your facts, your quotes, background material, and all information that is shared to the media or to journalists, right, in a news gathering setting. And so they would be able to share that. They would be able to use any of the theories that we talked about and make it relevant to your public, right? So in a way, you're kind of interacting with your news media. You're interacting with them to create some tangible news source that becomes the basis for your campaign, right? And the media, of course, helps you to be able to put that in front of your audience and makes it more relevant to them. So we how that information exchange happens when you're talking about again, we also want to pay attention um, and we want to pay attention to paid advertising or paid media. So the different types of paid media that exist. So you have your advertising, promotional, your caps, your accessories, your armbands, all of those different ways that you can use to attach to a certain campaign in order to advertise it a little bit more. So you can use even one-on-one. You can advertise it online, on radio, traditional media, all of those different things, right? So your paid media when you talk about that. Again, because we talked about how the media has transitioned or how we don't just have old media or traditional media and new media or social media, right? We have all of those different things, but they don't exist independent of each other. They kind of augment each other, they help each other. So most organizations do that. You blend your advertising with the program that you're trying to do, the content of the program that you're trying to do. So one of the things that we talk about in selecting your communication tactics also has to do with how you're blending those two. So most times you can just usually use your advertising, which is what we see after a campaign, right? You have an idea, or you have a situation, you have a public, you have a plan, you choose your channel, put those together, and you come up with an advertising that allows you to be able to send that message in a tangible form, in a very salient form, to people who matter to you, aka your public, right? So you can use advertising and send it over as a way to interact with your public. You can also do product placement, which in other words is something like using a particular ultra brand. Sometimes you watch advertisements, again, going back to the native advertisements, you watch them and you see how in one ad you have another product being placed in, or in a music video, or in a movie. You see a product placed in there, maybe someone drinking a Coke, which draws your attention to that. That's one way of choosing a particular tactic. That's one way of getting your information out there, and it's been done, and it's a clear way, it's a very solid way of getting your program, or getting your brand, or getting some form of visibility with that particular campaign. Or you can also do what digital insertion, which is advertising with images that are altered but electronically. So you put your logo on images, in videos, all of those different things. It's a different way of getting your product or getting your campaign out there. I know I've been talking for a long time. So going to here, and we can continue in the discussion, and then we'll actually go a little bit more into details on Friday. Okay.